Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Ladies and gentlemen, we up in here. 1 2 1 2. We getting it right. On YouTube. You under dig? Yep. Yo, what's going down in the town? Man, if y'all don't get in here and support this entire movement, this whole gangster movement, if y'all don't get in here and show love and appreciation for what's about to take place, come on, man. Y'all got to stop playing reindeer games. We about to present some life-changing game up in here. You don't get game without giving up skin. You got to put some skin in the game, man. We about to go in 6 minutes. Both them boys didn't want to show up. But we still got to do this topic. We here. So we, yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, don't get it twisted. The first mansion show ever to go live on VOR-RADIO. You not knowing? Ladies and gentlemen, I got to give myself a round of applause. We the future, dog. Listen, we are the future, and I'm going to tell you why. All these kids, all these youngsters, everybody on the internet looking for the content we create. You in the dig? Everybody on YouTube. I remember back in the day when I was a kid, we had Fantasy Island, we had The Incredible Hulk, we had The Jeffersons, we had Good Times, we had Fred Sanford, we had a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
But the internet is taking over. Today is the first launching of the Voice of Reason radio station. They done gave me my own radio station.
My man.
What?
My man.
You on the dig? Hey, congratulations to everybody in the chat room. I want to say thank y'all for riding with me. VOR-RADIO is live. I'm so turned up right now I can't even talk. But you already know it's Wednesday, 5 to 7 p.m. We do mansions where men build palatial estates with mind power. Corey Holcomb is on his way.
Cool.
OG Bobby is coming through. My homeboy is in the house right now. All these my homies. What am I talking about? These all homies right here. Let me just introduce everybody before I get to my normal spiel. Let me turn the camera so everybody can see who's in the building. Immediately to my left is the homeboy. Man, I've grown to love this nigga right here.
Come on.
Let me tell you why I love this nigga. Because he'll fight.
Look.
He will fight.
Look. He ain't never been taller or lighter than that, and he grew up in St. Louis. If he ain't nice with them things, ain't nobody.
I so love this brother right here, man. He good people, man.
That's my man.
And he got a show here called 31 Cents. It, too, will be going live on VOR-RADIO. Let me y'all know who he is. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, the big homie, Guy Tory.
Yes, sir.
Yo, it's Guy Tory in the place to be. Got kicked out of Trump University. What up, fellas?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's going on, baby?
Yeah, represent the 31 Cent Show, man. You know, one of the baddest, newest shows out, to be honest. It's me and 3 young ladies. 3 dimes to the penny, because I ain't worth a damn dime. So that's why it's 31 cents. We the show that we go with the flow. We say the shit you can't say on regular radio. You know, we got 3 beautiful young ladies who are smart. This ain't Atlanta housewives, basketball wives. Not that their ladies are not smart. It's just that we make sure we go the opposite way. We have that set of black women and showing that personality.
That's
but
right.
We have another side, too, that we like to show. They're a dime in the face, a dime in the waist, and a dime between the airspace. Yeah.
About that.
You want to dig?
I can feel that.
And then,
Yep.
introduce our brother.
Man, look, this is your show. I walked in the door, was immediately humble.
Bruh.
No.
Y'all know how Morpheus found Neo? You ever wonder, you go, damn, that Jeff Brown got some shit running around in his head. Well, where my wisdom started to grow beyond my intelligence was the day that I saw this man.
Yeah, man.
I saw him when I asked the Creator,
Necessary to
tell
our
me
community.
the truth. Something wrong about what my grandmama never been saying. And I looked on television, and here was this brother preaching out of this book
Yes.
that I had read twice.
Right.
I've read the Bible twice like a book. I've never heard anybody.
I read it in Braille before.
You stupid. I've never heard anybody breaking it down like this. When I tell you that this man, on his own,
Yes.
has saved brothers' lives,
Yes.
turned them around,
Woke a lot of brothers up, too.
woke a gang up, man, not just me. I'm humbled in his presence. Brother Minister Tony Muhammad.
The
The only, the one, the only,
Muhammad.
the leader of the Nation of Islam on the West Coast. Is that correct, sir?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Cousin
sir.
to Steve Wilson.
Yeah. Everything west of the Mississippi.
Yes.
Yep.
Oh, see, Forgive me. Yes.
One of the sharpest dressed brothers
Man.
ever. I never seen him sleep on his gear. Now you, Geoff, on the other hand.
Yes, I would do. Well,
you on Island Radio with that shirt you got on right now, bro.
Brother Tony, it ain't that Brother Tony can't help you move because he's not able.
Oh, he's
Brother
able.
Tony can't help you move because he don't own no jeans. He ain't got no jeans. He can't help you move with no suit.
I'm a fool, y'all. One day.
All right, so, and then I'm going to introduce this one. The boy's hard as big as Texas.
Oh,
To me, he's one of those fathers that you take notes from.
Wow.
You know, dig? You know, he's one of those fathers, you look at him deal with his kids and you go, okay, I'm gonna put that in the little daddy journal. I'm gonna use that. You know what I mean?
Wow.
He's that guy. He's intelligent. You know, he's one of, and what I saw him go through as a comic, smart ain't cool all the time. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't like smart.
He gave an improper title. He gave Geoff an improper title. He's actually a comedian. Big difference.
Explain the difference.
A comic says funny things. A comedian make things funny.
Wow.
Thank you, brother.
Now, we gonna find you a microphone because you ain't gonna be taking my. No, but Geoff Brown, yeah, that's on. Geoff Brown.
Okay, we'll just scoot him.
Yeah, Geoff Brown is amazing. And I've been riding with Geoff Brown since 2007.
Before coffees and cars with comics.
Right.
Come on, man.
Since 2007, correct?
Come on, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I saw other comics hate on him.
Yep.
But what locked me into Geoff was he was smarter than the comics that was hating on him.
Yeah.
Wow.
I said, oh no, I got to roll with this motherfucker right here.
Thank you, brother.
I tried to hate on him, but it didn't work. It lasted like 3 minutes.
You know what? You know what's part of what's required for hatred to work is for the person intended to give a shit.
Here we go. Okay.
That's why it won't stick.
And that's your personality, judging by that shirt.
And here we go.
Guys,
VOR-RADIO is live, ladies and gentlemen. We in the building. You already know, as is commonplace for mansions, we have serious conversations that men all over the world are impacted by. We're going to have a serious one today. I just got to shout out a couple of things. Total Package Energy.
Yeah.
The energy drink that I drink whenever I'm on the radio, man, it keeps me up. It keeps me alert. No sugars, no carbs, no jitters, no crashes. It was created by a brother out of the Bay.
Can it keep me up in other ways, too?
Yep. Got a little yohimbe sauce in it.
Okay.
a little yohimbe pepper. But yeah, hey, I'm going to tell you the truth, man. Again, bartering, working with brothers.
Yeah.
You understand?
we have got to get to that.
Brother was training my son. I saw him drinking an energy drink. He said, man, I got some scientists that formulated this for me to keep these kids being able to go through the regimen that I'm putting them through. And it doesn't impact their body. Okay. So, you know, pro guys drink it. You know, they ain't failing no tests.
Can we get the Lakers some then?
You can't pour it on nobody's knee or nothing. It ain't gonna do nothing.
Right. It's not topical.
But, brothers, out of the Bay Area, Total Package Energy. Go to totalpackageenergy.com. Let's move 10,000 cases today because we have the power to do so.
Yep.
The other brand that I want to talk about is Beal Sauce.
Oh, yes.
Brought to me by Geoff Brown, a fellow Marine, correct?
Yes.
Thank you for your service.
Yes. Thank you, brother.
Beal Sauce Company, veteran, black man, 3 different styles, Gunny Fire, Sergeant Sauce, and Schmuckatelli.
And all good.
Spell
all
Beal.
good. Beal! Like Bradley Beal.
Like Beale Street.
B-E.
B-E-A-L-E.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just want the listeners to know what they listen.
We know you on the Tom Joyner show.
Hey, man. Tom Joyner Morning Show. Flat job. Been up since 1:30 this morning already.
Oh, my God.
Wow.
Hey, I love it. Thank you for coming through, man. Now, you already know the relationship dismount, how to stick the landing when exiting a toxic relationship. My 2015 critically acclaimed relationship workbook available on Amazon, 3 different formats, Kindle, Audible, as well as paperback. Go to Amazon.com, cash mob that right now. Also get the follow-up, The holographic relationship is available in Kindle form on Amazon.com and my website, IamZoeWilliams.com, if you want a paperback. Now, let's move to the topic. People came here for this version of Mansions.
Yes.
Today's topic, very important. What's beef? An in-depth look into the problems black men face when mismanaging conflict between themselves.
I got a lot of beef. I got a whole farm.
How do we de-escalate? Do we know how to de-escalate?
I mean, how we make it into an Impossible Burger? Beyond meat.
Beyond beef.
Impossible beef.
I brought in some brothers today because I know y'all can speak at length. We had two brothers that are associated. Come on in here, Corey. There go your seat right there, man. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just tuning in to the VOR-RADIO, the inaugural launch,
A person you don't want to have beef with.
is Corey Holcomb.
You got beef with this brother, you in trouble. I'll tell you right now.
So again, let me just hip y'all to the topic, man, because it's on and cracking right now. What's beef? An in-depth look at the problems black men face when mismanaging conflict amongst themselves. How should black men, right, resolve disputes
Well, I know how I've
between
done mine.
themselves? I was here for that. In what ways do black men respond to conflict with each other as women do?
Well, we don't have a purse. We don't have a purse to grab to beat somebody up.
What does it mean to be over emotional? What justifies an aggressive response? What's too small? What's adequate? A lot of people don't know. The number to dial is 323-230-4610. How does poor conflict management skills among black men keep our communities fractured? Corey Holcomb has just entered the game. We got the homeboy in the house, fucking guy Tory, homeboy Geoff Brown, and the minister.
The one and only.
The
bro.
representative
The one and only.
of the one and only. Minister Louis Farrakhan
Man, what?
is in the building. The West Coast represent. I went to the mosque once, and the brother saw me. He said, "Zoe, you on the list? You might as well come on in now. You on the list now, Zoe? Get in here."
So I hate
saw
to
you
correct
coming
you. I hate to correct you, but I'm gonna have to correct you as I was corrected earlier. That would be everything west of the Mississippi, bro. Not just the West Coast.
That's the West.
That's
See,
Oh,
that's
the
why
West
they
you
call
were
y'all.
discussing.
That's where the Midwest is. What they
Is the
That's still
Midwest,
West.
that's us.
It's still halfway through
halfway
the West.
through the West.
So back to the minister. Talk to us, brother. What are our major issues that keep us in conflict with each other?
Yeah. Well, first of all, thank you for even asking that kind of question, because oftentimes we think it's other people, it's another brother.
Mm-hmm.
But the biggest problem with the black man is his hatred for himself. See, it's that demon. So if he hates himself, then no one else stands a chance. So to me, we got to first learn to love me, myself as a black man, myself as a human being. And then I have to atone with myself, because again, all of us, every one of us in here, the hardest mastery is self-mastery. My biggest enemy is not a white man. It's not a red man. It's not a yellow man. My biggest enemy was Minister Tony, who's now Minister Abdul Malik, is mastering myself. I got conflicts with me. See? So if I can kill my beast and kill the devils within, you having a problem with me don't bother me, because a clean heart can't be hurt.
Geoff
Most
Brown?
of the time we'll miss targets. And I've learned, dear brother, that many of us as a child when you got beat by your mother, anyone who has ever dominated you in a physical way, there's an aspect of you that had to go in agreement with that just to survive it. So you become the person who dominated you. So these little demons is living inside of our head. Then you made a prime thought agreement. You said, no one else will never do that to me again. So what did you remember? You remember the way that person smelled, the way that person looked. You remember the atmosphere. So anyone else that come at you like that, they're reminding you of someone who treated you badly earlier in your life. So the person who's in front of you now is a missed target.
So are you saying you're reacting to the past or unresolved traumatic experiences?
Sure. Absolutely. That's a part of it.
That's me, because I hold grudges, man. And that's, I do. I'm still mad at the doctor who slapped my ass and I was burning. If I find that motherfucker, there's going to be some repercussions and consequences.
I don't know how we going to get to this. No, so, but that's a part of it, which leads, dear brother, you know, to our self-hatred. And this is why we should read anything that's authentic about how this Caucasian made us a slave. The breaking of the black man in slavery, brother. Do you know that trauma from 400 years ago, if you beat a human being for 10 years and then 20 years, your body developed a cell that housed that trauma. Now you're passing that trauma down from generation to generation. So we're born with the fear of white people and don't even know why.
You guys should check out the work of Dr. Joy DeGruy, post-traumatic slave disorder.
Absolutely.
And she speaks to that, man. It's very powerful work.
Real talk.
So again, black men are reacting to an unresolved traumatic experience when we have disagreements with each other?
Absolutely.
Sure.
Oh. So how do we reconcile that? You said knowledge of self, but if you can't see self, how can you then mine the knowledge from the self?
Well, for me, as Minister Tony Muhammad Abdul Malik now, you know, one thing you have to do, it took me, when Minister Farrakhan sent me here 25 years ago, he said, brother, I'm sending you to a place where it's a city of masqueraders, because I'm from Georgia. He said, win the streets. He said, don't let me catch you in Hollywood. Go and win the streets. He said, because those young brothers in Los Angeles that's growing up in all of this gang warfare, he said, this is actually the best generation we've ever produced. They just don't have guidance. And number two, they don't trust. See? So if you can win their trust, they'll accept your guidance.
Wow.
So when I first came to LA, brother, I mean, going into the hood, ain't nothing easy. They didn't trust nobody. I would go to the rolling 60s neighborhood, man. They'd be like, get the fuck out of here. They didn't care nothing about nothing. But I sit there and took their insults. Because as long as you're talking, it's okay.
Right.
You're not going to touch me.
Right.
But I understand, because Jesus said it like this. All that came before me was robbers and thieves. So the streets don't want no tell me religion. They want to show me. So I had to show that I'm ready to go through your insults, even all the way down to your guns being drawn. And after a period of time, I won their trust. So as a result of winning their trust, now they would allow me to arbitrate their differences. Because number one, they know I'm going to be fair. I'm not going to run from one hood to the next, because I ain't trying to be your damn friend. I'm trying to be your brother.
And brotherhood should trump neighborhood.
It has to, particularly if the brotherhood is rooted in truth.
Man, Jeff Brown, Corey Holcomb, Guy Tory, get in here. Rizza Islam and Bobby G just joined us. It's about to get crazy. Mansions. How do black men manage conflict that we have within each other, between each other?
I think I got to look at this from another place. The clock and what's coming. Where we are in time at this time is by no mistake. that this grand change, this grand shift, that the white man finds himself eating himself. This place that we are at, it's entirely time out for brothers to one another deal with, you stepped on my foot, I'm finna go pop the trunk. Bruh, look what's coming. Look outside. If martial law was imposed tomorrow, who here would be shocked? That's where we are. So if you cannot find the energy, if white folks start turning into zombies, think about this. If white folks start,
they already are.
You stupid. If they start turning literally, would you have a problem with your uncle that owe you some money then? Would you have a problem with a brother who cut you off in traffic then if a zombie was trying to eat your face? Well, guess what? This system is trying to eat you. Not you behind bars. We got jobs for you. We got jobs we got you doing. This system is literally dining on black flesh right now. And if you can't let that be enough to put you in this place where I will not see a sister disrespected in front of me, I don't give a shit whether I know her or not. Excuse my language. I don't give a shit. Soldier. If I know her or not, if I see a sister in some kind of altercation with a man of another color, now if that's her man, and he's smacking her up, I ain't getting in that because this ain't the first time she got her ass whooped right here in
But Geoff Brown, I hear what you're saying, but we have to uproot the mentality that I believe lives in the mind of a great majority of us as men.
Sure.
It's a lot of us striving to get to the table where we're on the menu. We want a place at the table.
Right. Where we're being eaten.
Where we're being eaten.
Which means you, in order to fill yourself, in order to socially fill yourself and your bank account, you're going to have to eat another brother.
That's my point.
Because that's what's on the menu here.
So how do we break that cycle, Guy Tory, Corey Holcomb?
You want me to go?
Jump right in, see?
No, I'm just saying, like, I really believe that in this country, something that we could do, because we always try to talk about what's going on and everything, but I really think in this country we could organize something sort of like a rite of passage
yes.
for young men that's, in my opinion, right at 13 through 17, where they are taught things that, like, where I'm from, it's this word they call guerrilla hustle, where everything, you just get it as you go. You ain't no telling how it's coming. Most of the time as black men, we have guerrilla learning. And by the time we late 40s, 50s, that's when we realize how reckless we've been and we start to calm down. But if we had programs that I think can be set up by men who have the reputation, we have to approve these type of whatever. If we're going to turn it into a center or whatever, it has to be ran by somebody who has the real intentions that are well by the kids. Like, for example, Brother Steve Harvey has something that he was mentoring young boys or something like that.
Down in Texas.
I
went there.
don't think that he's qualified to be mentoring young boys, and that's not a diss to him. It's just the way he goes about things and his rep.
Here.
I mean, what's out there about you, it means something. What you've done, everything you do, it means something. And it takes away from who you are if a lot of things you do are selfish. And you know what I'm saying? We need to get the men who have proven themselves to be have good intentions by us as a people, and employ them to work some type of thing, like in summer school or whatever. People, they go for a couple of weeks and they learn something in summer school. We need to have these type of programs, especially in the big cities all over the nation, by men who have put in the work and it's proven, not somebody who have the income to do it.
Man, I love it. Bobby G, I'm gonna come to you.
Yeah,
I'm gonna come to you, Guy. Bobby G, get yours in real quick.
For 30 years, I worked with the great Jim Brown's American program, and such a curriculum that already existed. There's some things that have happened in the last few years that brought into question Jim's integrity. But one thing that cannot be refuted is we affected change in the lives of people in conjunction with Brother Tony Muhammad and other brothers. A lot of the brothers been through the curriculum. That's not the only program. What I'm saying is we have to look back at what has worked over the history of our culture and become rooted once again in those successful principles.
Well, you know,
Tory?
Corey said something I kind of want to push back on a little bit. He said, you know, young men at 13. I think that was true when we were growing up. I think now kids are developing so much quicker now because of the internet. We need to probably start at 10.
Like when you're 13, you leaving grammar school.
Go ahead, get on the mic.
When you're 13, you leave grammar school and you going like to high school a lot of times. And what happens in high school is different than grammar school. You in more danger, in my opinion. That's why I
agree with you. I just think we need to,
whatever age it is, let's do something where these kids got something to think about. So when they go into manhood, they just not learning the hard way.
I think they need to get a running start before they go into. So I would say.
So you saying like pre-K?
Yeah. 10. Well, 10. Well, 10. No, 10. Yeah. 10 years old. I think because that's when you get in the double digits and things like that. And I think I think it also has to start with when you said not loving ourselves. I'm working on something right now where it being unapologetically black. And what I mean by that is, why does gold teeth and gold chains and other stuff have to be ghetto? Why can't it just be an expression of the artistic flavor that we have? Why does that have to be ghetto? Because a white man don't do it? Who says that's ghetto? If you want to wear a do-rag out, so who says that? Why can't it just be our fashion choice?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I just turned 50, right? And I was thinking today, I said I would like to have a hard restart on my life and go back over it and do. At 50, do 50% of the things I did that was bad. I ain't got to drink the whole bottle of alcohol.
But drink some of it.
Just drink some of it. Take 50 sips. But there's some things I look back over my past and it's like, man, I really could have done some things differently. See, I always think life is like Tetris, which is my favorite video game.
Sure.
Because Tetris is, you the shapes that come down, you clearly can't choose them. You have to work with it. You have to turn it and move it and make it fit. The object is to complete a straight line. And if you just put pieces anywhere, by the time you get to the top, it's game over. You look back over and see all the holes that's in that game. You could have turned it this way. I could have took this situation and moved it that way. I could have done this situation a little better. And then bam, you would have you would play forever rather than game over. So we got to quit letting white America, corporate America, what do you want to call it, dictate who we are.
Right.
And quit calling each other ghetto and that's ghetto. That's it. Well, no. We're just artistic.
Right.
Corey, jump in there. Get
But who says ghetto is wrong though?
That's what I'm saying. I'm unapologetically ghetto. What makes you bad is if you don't have no principles. If you going around here doing slick stuff, and then when you try to act like, oh, I'm about something because it's a convenient time to act like you about something. I just want everybody to know, most of the time, somebody is always watching you. So when you jump dignant and when you start acting like you about something, it's somebody in the room like, yeah, all
whatever.
Right. Yeah, right. I know you, fool. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And we want to get Rizza in here and then Brother Tona. Excuse me, Abdul Malik.
Yes, sir.
Brother Abdul Malik. I got to get it right now. Rizza, get up in here, man. Contribute to this.
Oh, man. Well, first of all, I'm just honored again to be among some of those with wisdom. And I'm always willing to accept not only correction, but wisdom from all of you. So don't get mad if I repeat something that you've already said.
That's all right, brother. Come on.
That's what I do. I just adopt the truth from my brothers. And, of course, I'm honored to be standing next to my mentor, Minister Abdul Malik, Saeed Muhammad. First thing that I do as it pertains to this generation with breaking the disagreements is we do not focus on, nor do we duplicate the disagreements that our elders had with one another. This generation, for me, I'm speaking on just for me, I don't take that on. If this brother had a disagreement with this brother, I don't take that on in this generation because we have to look at exactly what is happening today. What's happening today is if you handled that disagreement earlier, we would have had a better start today in this generation. If you would have handled some of your squabbles and petty differences earlier, maybe we would have had a better jump start today. So because of that, I'm looking at what the past did and how our condition is in the condition that it's in now and what it is that we can't do and what it is we can do. So we basically take the meat, spit out the bones. We take the good, leave the bad. And I don't disrespect any of my elders. I don't do that, but I take exactly what they did that was successful and duplicate it for this generation, because as each and every one of you were saying, we don't have that much time. And we are in the age of information, so we get information quick. And a lot of us don't know at times if it's true or not, because some of the people who are giving us this information are people who we actually look up to. Like Brother Corey said, but they're not legitimate. They just have money. And that grabs our attention.
Look at that. Go in.
They don't have intelligence. They have money. They don't have real wisdom. They have money. And they don't have integrity. They got money. They have status.
Yeah.
Which they were given, which can be taken away easily. So we have to look at, as brother said, who is legitimate, who has been doing the work, who actually has had the boots on the ground, who has done the work to help the people, uplift the community, et cetera, et cetera. Those are the ones who we have to look up to. And so that is who I study. But of course, again, I don't disrespect any of our elders. I don't disrespect any of our brothers who have done something, even though they might be out of their mind to a degree, because some are. But I still look at the good that they've done and take that, acknowledge that, and then implement that for this generation so that we don't duplicate the same mistakes, because we don't have as much time now as we did back then.
Jeff Brown, Bobby. Y'all can share. It's all good.
A couple things.
You had that elderly look when you did
It's that shirt. It's that shirt.
Shirt, the glasses.
Anyway, speaking of that, when it comes to, you were talking about conflict resolution amongst brothers. Whenever I speak to cats younger than me, the first thing I say is I'm sorry. Because this shit you going through, the way you were raised, the things that I don't like about you, the fact that you wear your pants that way, somebody did or didn't teach you, and that falls on niggas born in 1965, and that's me. Somebody smoked that crack. Somebody did it. Sure, somebody dropped it off, but somebody did it. Somebody put your mind, somebody left you to where your mind was left bare to these fucking wolves that came and got it. And I have to apologize for that.
Right.
Second, what Brother Rizza was out, I smoked some incredibly good shit before I came in here. What was this? You was talking about respecting your elders, and you said one more thing was don't. Oh yeah. Eat the meat, spit out the bones. Yeah, take the good, leave the bad. I can't, in good consciousness, speak to brothers from any avuncular position because of what my generation, nigga, I was in the club. I wasn't protesting shit. Maybe I had the Africa patch when Public Enemy was out, but that was about it. So I can't just come to you from you need to do this and you need to do that. All I can do is just lay bare my fuck ups. Here's where I did this wrong. Here's what I didn't know. Here's how you buy a car. Here's how you do your finances. Here are my strengths.
How you balance your checkbook.
How to balance it, yes. And to speak on when you were speaking on, Brother Bobby, how 10 is too late. I think from as early as we can get them to as late as we can get them, we need to reach, we're in crisis.
I think we start with them when they are able to pay attention.
Sure.
Some children pay attention earlier than others.
Yeah, they do.
Yes.
You understand? So if he's 5 years old and he's attentive, we got to go to work.
To the sisters out there, to the sisters out there, and I'll pass the mic. To the sisters out here who do not have this, almost no one has this. I say this all the time. If you need a male influence in your son's life, go to the barbershop, talk to the owner, and ask him how much time is he willing to give your son to let your son stand around in there and sweep up hair on his spare time, to be in the presence of other black lions. You got to get your son around positive black men.
And I want to say this too, that Big Sean is part of a program, rapper Big Sean is part of a program called Men of Courage, I believe. I think it's out of Detroit. And they're going around and hold these salons where they're mentoring young black men. No women are allowed in there. Because it's the men that needs to have that foundation a little bit stronger than what we've had. And the thing about it is they bring, like Corey was saying, they bring guys who are being successful in different parts of the industry, not just entertainment, but finance and creativity and engineering and all that stuff. So it's not just celebrities.
Right.
It's also men who have done things in the community.
Right. Bobby, Corey, and then the minister, and we're going to start more questions.
When
Go.
I came to L.A. in the late 80s, I had the opportunity to work with Dr. Ian Palmer at the Marcus Garvey School, and at that time, the nation was providing security. Reason I bring that up and the age factor, I saw little black babies, 2, 3 years old, full of just confidence because of what they were being taught and the environment that they were in. We had a waiting list of over 500 kids. Prop 174 was on the table right there. And our own people did not have the sophistication to understand how important it was to take our tax dollars and educate our children. So when we start talking about that age thing, I don't think there's no limit in terms of too young or too old, but the focus should be the earlier, the better.
Right. Well, you know, I have to say this, that we've had the right examples in front of us all the time. It's just that because the slave master don't accept those good examples, and you can't show me, I'm sorry, show me another organization that makes more responsible men than the Nation of Islam under Minister Farrakhan.
There is
show
none.
me one.
There is none.
Ain't
No, listen at this. Listen,
Can't nobody argue that.
And look, and that's what I love about Bobby, and that's what I love about Jim. You know, you take an aspect of what we do and you make a program out of it. Who cares? You go to one of our schools, Muhammad University of Islam. I can bring a 3-year-old in here that'll run circles around you with history, and the discipline of that little boy will blow you away. See, we have this Western way of raising our children, letting them do anything. Goo got. What the hell is that? You could teach your baby while it's in the womb.
Keep going.
sir.
Keep going.
Yes, sir.
You don't have to wait till the child get here. The child already know it's predestined to help.
Right.
But we run can-haves on our children. What I mean by can-have, they have an idea that they have a natural inkling to incline towards something. Mathematics, science, music, they're naturally inclined. But because we have false purposes and failed purposes in our life, you know, I'm a failed football player. I wanted to play pro.
Keep going.
Well, I impose my crap on my son.
Living vicariously.
You see, right.
Yes.
Well, he wanted to do music. I'm calling that because I wanted him to fulfill my NFL dream.
Look at that.
I'm calling that's faggot stuff. But that was his natural inclination. So I ran a can-have on him.
Woo. Ouch.
I want to be this. You ain't going to be nothing. Every time I said that, and I have authority, at some point, he goes in agreement with that. See?
Something that's not in alignment with his natural self. Go ahead.
In the Japanese culture, they put their children in a room with all kind of shapes and forms and mathematics, and they watch what that baby crawl to. Yes, sir. If that baby crawl in this direction to music, they know that child is inclined to music. If it crawls this way to objects, they know that this child is inclined to want to do things with their hand. All you got to do is watch that child. It's a God. They're crawling around. They discovering, putting stuff in their mouth.
Yeah, they're pure.
Right, and they pure. They're purer than we are. They're more real.
Because all the things that we end up being are learned behaviors. So if we can learn the bad behaviors, why not start early?
Come on, Chief.
And learn the good behaviors.
And like you said, Bobby, by the time they 6, they're ruined.
Ruined.
Watching us, they ruined.
Growing up backwards.
And a bunch of
Right.
Growing up backwards. Starting pure and ending corrupt.
It's
Keep
like
going.
it's like this thing, and it just blows me away even, you know, because all of us, every human being heart yearns towards meeting its creator. I don't care what name you call the God by. That's what you yearn. Every human being is born to help. And so when I walk in a hood with bangers banging, and all I got on is a suit and a bow tie, and the brothers stop and call me brother, it blows me away. We carry no weapons. The whole Nipsey Hussle fiasco. The mayor called me after a riot started. I show up with 100 brothers, and the bangers just got in line, did everything we asked them to do. No weapons, no nothing. I asked them, brother, why did y'all do that? Like you said, it's respect. It's the integrity. We know y'all for real. Because I have Bloods and Crips. So we, like you say, we don't take them off and clean them up. We clean them up right in the ghetto, right in front of their homies.
Keep going.
That's right.
You
man.
see, and so I'm not saying everybody become no Muslim. No, miss me with that. But come and ask us why I'm not. If you are good at cryptocurrency or you're good at gold, I'm not gonna go and try to figure that out on my own.
How about that?
I'm coming to you.
I'm coming to the leader in that field. And I'm conceding to his leadership.
And that's what our problem is, man.
We don't trust.
Right. Because look, the white man activated that emotion called envy. It is the ugliest emotion that a human being can have in their life, in their existence. Jealousy is one thing, but envy is another. That's what got Nipsey killed. See? So, and I watched that in the whole gang intervention. You know, if I can speak and the crowd is happy, somebody is sitting there angry about that.
Corey, jump
Angry
in here.
because these cats want to do something right. You couldn't get them to do nothing wrong. Now you angry about that. See? It's like Jim Brown, his program. I would go and dust that off. It works. We got the programs that work. We just got to stop letting people tell us who we can get with and who we can't get with.
Right.
Come on now.
That's the problem.
Yes, sir.
See? The entertainers. I mean, look, we got the money. We don't need nothing. We just need unity, Chief.
Yeah.
And when the hood see us uniting, they're going to follow us.
Right.
But unity is a byproduct of an awareness of self-worth,
Right.
an awareness of self-esteem,
Right.
an awareness of self-respect.
Right.
Now, if we don't have those things within, how then can we look at our brother without envy?
Right. That's it.
Corey?
When he said about the Nation of Islam, and I've said this before, I've never seen people conduct themselves like that. Or, I'm sorry, black people conduct themselves like that in America. And I travel a lot of places. I'm not some guy who's been to 1 or 2 states. I've been a lot of places, and I've seen a lot of black people get together and do things. But and I said this because I went to the last Savior's Day.
Yes, sir.
I have never seen black people organized like they are when you go to one of the functions that the Nation of Islam puts together.
Ain't no joke.
It is no
joke.
And it's not nothing that has to do with strong arming.
Right.
It is
Love.
respect
That's right.
has been taught to these people. Principles has been taught to these people. And I'm saying it's not impossible for other people to get this type of I'll put it like this, this type of
Divine order.
We'll go with that. But
Right.
I'm saying, like, if you really know anything about the Nation of Islam, you have a bad reputation amongst the average. You get what I'm saying? My mother, who is a nice person, kind to anybody, but she don't know nothing about the Nation of Islam. All she knows is what she heard from her friends. Oh, you got to watch them.
Right. Yeah.
They do this, they do that.
Right.
But as I got older, and you become that dude who explores the forest,
Yeah.
I found out, these the ones that really got it together right here.
Right.
Mama, all them people at your church sleeping with everybody.
Right.
The preacher sleeping with
on,
his
man.
deacons at your church.
Come on.
And I'm not making this up.
Thank you. No,
My
you're not.
mother church, the preacher is a very kind man. But we men, we know. I'm
Yeah.
going there, I'll be like, what is this?
It's some Christmas
This
cookie
is
shit going on in
nonsense.
here.
This is foolishness.
Yes.
That's why it ain't got no power.
Jeff Brown, Guy Tory, and Rizza, then Bobby.
Yeah. On
Real talk, man.
to piggyback on what Corey's
You
talking
got to speak right into the mic, brother.
about. Okay. Gone.
You've been doing this long enough. Jeff.
Speak right into the mic, Jeff. Let's go.
Okay. All right. To walk alongside. Yes, sir. To walk along.
Together. This called camaraderie.
Yes, sir.
We learn.
Iron sharpen iron. First-hand knowledge. If you live anywhere in the city of Chicago, you got somebody in your family that you wish the rest of your family was like, that had their lives directly turned around by Brother Minister Farrakhan. This is stuff I have seen first. I'm talking about cold, ruthless, killing, gangster-ass brothers that you turn around and go, wow, I have to follow that. Whenever you get in line with with the Creator's truth, nothing can stand in front of that. The sun don't give a shit who it blind. When you get in line with the Creator, when you are put through this fire purifies. It burns off bad habits, bad friends. Bad, you stupid. You gonna burn off bad habits, bruh, because you ain't got no money for them. Your bad friends can't stick around because you ain't got no money for them. When you are put through this type of fire and you allow it to purify you, you can come out on the other end one of two ways: broken and weakened, or whole and strong. We got to be that difference. And I got a question for everybody in this room. We all on the West Coast. We all here. And we are all, we super niggas in here. What can we do? What can we do? If nothing else, well, how can we help you? Or what can we do new that does this, us?
And I'm gonna jump right to you, brother minister. But let me just say this, Geoff. That's a great idea. That idea to me represents the icing.
Sure.
The cake is, why don't I want to do that? That's the cake. That's the real problem. Why don't I want to look at Guy and say, whatever the fuck Guy doing, I got his back and I'm going to make it happen.
It's profound what you just said.
Go ahead.
What you just said is profound, and to talk about this cake might make people mad.
That's
you know
what,
that, right?
There we go. Brother, talk about the cake. Tell us about the cake.
The weak show you they upset.
Right. Well, right. I mean, it's like this brother. Something happened that I've never seen happen right after the Nipsey Hussle murder. I've never seen the hoods come together. I mean, I've seen them reach, Bobby. We've seen them reach over the years, but every week now, I'm meeting with 40, 50, 60 different hoods. Yes, sir. I've had mothers to come by the mosque, at least nearly 200 mothers bringing their sons, giving them over to us.
Yes, sir. Yeah, man.
See, because like you say, it's our people are waking up. You know, it's written that we were going to wake up. And so the nation have been constant, have been consistent. We've been dumped on by our open enemies. See, the open enemy don't want this kind of talk going on.
That's real, man.
You know, because the Southern Poverty Law Center have said that the Nation of Islam is a hate group.
Yeah.
But yet the mayor of this city called me on my cell phone and the chief of police begging me to go into Ground Zero where Nipsey was murdered because them brothers was getting ready to go to war with the police. And I'm saying, you calling me? He said, I'm going to be honest. I recorded it. He said, you are the nation. You're the only ones can do this. Police can't do it. And the chief of police gave me respect. Total control even of his men.
Look at that.
No respect. That's why the police can't do it, because they don't have the respect that the nation has. And when Corey talked about, you know, you've never seen a group of men, black men, organized like that, or when you walk Savers Day, it's an energy that you all have. And it's a presence.
It's everything they do.
Yeah. That's what I mean. But but it's an energy. And the thing about it is, we all know right from wrong.
Right.
And even those gangbangers know what they're doing is wrong, but they know what you are doing is right.
Right.
And that's where the respect comes in. But it's by design from even in our music. Right. When, you know, I ain't gonna lie, I grew up Public Enemy when they were speaking a lot of things I wasn't taught. Right. I didn't hear anywhere. And so then when corporate America found out that they were actually teaching us, Poor Righteous Teachers and X-Clan and all this, was teaching us about our history, that's when they started taking them off radio. And that's when they started, you know, when you take it off radio, then they start getting dropped from record labels.
That's right.
So now it's like, oh, wait a minute, they're teaching, they're talking to them. So it's by design.
Yeah. Let's get the elder in here real quick, Bobby. Then of course Rizza.
And the elder is with a capital E, and it's just the numbers. When I first came here, and I went up to Jim's house 30 years ago, the first picture you see when you walk in the foyer is Minister Louis Farrakhan.
That's right.
Because he stayed at Jim's house for almost a year. Yeah. And the reason I bring that up is, as an elder, one of the things that we can contribute, you know, albeit all the mistakes that we have made, is the balance of the history of our people. There was a time when it didn't matter if you was a Baptist, or Episcopalian, or Muslim, whatever, you was a nigga. And you had to deal with that right away. And then you work out that other stuff later on. And I say that's a part of the new formula is to reconvene the court and change public opinion about who we are to each other. Because these perceived beasts are much bigger than any of us, and they came with a construct that has nothing to do with what we got to do right now.
Right. See, and this is where I say, take all our entertainers and athletes. Overnight, we can change the reality of the hood.
Yes, sir.
Overnight. That they can reinvest. We can be a manufacturing. I mean, look, brother, whatever is selling in the market, they're using black swag.
Keep going.
Nothing can't sell
Keep
without
going.
black swag.
Come on.
I don't care what it is. But if I keep you buffoonery,
Yes.
if I keep you talking about crap that don't mean that, you'll never unite. And this is what I respect about my Jewish brethren. See, they will never go against each other.
Ever.
That's right.
And you have the JDL and the ADL. These are their bulldog groups. They are similar to the nation that if you're going to attack them, that group is going to step up. But their entertainers fund them to make sure they don't want for nothing.
For nothing.
We could change South Central. We could change Chicago overnight if all the athletes just gave 1%.
Yes, sir.
Of their earnings to a pool of money that they trust us with it, because we'll put our life on the line, and then we can leverage that and say to Adidas and everybody, we want a joint venture deal with you.
Look
we
at that.
want you. We ain't wearing your gear unless you got a manufacturing plant where we are partnering with you. Until such time, we don't even need you.
Look at that. Look at
But
that.
they distract us with Popeye's spicy chicken sandwiches.
And then there's that.
That's what I'm doing, guys.
Jump right in there,
That's
Rizza.
what I'm doing.
Jump right in,
That's what I'm doing.
Rizza.
See, now-
Mayonnaise,
see-
isn't that delicious?
See, in case in point to what my brother minister was saying, exactly 25 million in addition to the advertising that they already had. Popeyes got that for free due to Black Twitter and Black Instagram. $25 million is an estimated enough amount of money to create 25 black-owned banks, or at least 140 black-owned credit unions. We could have literally come out of economic slavery overnight if all of the black-owned businesses would have received small business loans from those credit unions and or those black-owned banks. See, real simple. So that exact situation demonstrates that we blatantly have the power and the control to literally change the course of our destination in the future and our destiny. We simply need the guidance and unity.
Okay.
I'm scared on election day. There's going to be another chicken sandwich coming out, and people are going to not go to the polls. I'm serious. I think they're testing the waters right now.
Okay.
Geoff Brown, Corey, Bobby.
Okay. You can't start with the people in the chicken line. You got to ride by McDonald's and go, everybody in that line is asleep. You cannot start with the sleep. You cannot wake a person who is pretending to be asleep.
Woo.
We got to start with the people that's woke, with little simple shit like this. Again, I need the help of everybody in this room. I'm working on something right now called Uncle Jeff's Black Friday, where I got 2 tour buses that I'm taking on Black Friday morning. I'm getting black folks that'll come at 5 a.m. to do Black Friday with black businesses and black businesses only, and go from business to business to business, spending their money with their own people. I swear, I need y'all.
Corey, Bobby.
I really want to ask Rizza and the minister a question. So you said what could have been done with this money. I want to ask you, because I don't know.
Yes, sir.
Do you think if we put together things that deal with money, it can really help us? Because from what I see, no matter how much money we got, they still in control.
They'll crash it before.
So that's what I'm asking. Like, how does the money help us? Like, because I don't know.
Because anything could be money.
Right. I don't donate money to certain things. I look out for people. Like, I might take the people down there on Skid Row something.
Sure.
But I'm trying to figure out, how do you help our people with money? I don't know how.
Can I say something and then throw it back to the minister?
Yeah, yeah.
Let me. First off, gangs born out of self-hate. Do we agree with that?
Absolutely.
Sure.
Do we agree?
And
Gangs have evolved and turned into self-hate. They
turned into that. It didn't start out that way.
Right. So it evolved into that. That's why I changed it. All right. But right now, gangs are a part of the standing army of white supremacy. You know why?
They reflect it.
Because they're at war with what they hate about themselves. Correct? We don't like each other. The only way we can extrapolate power in this society is by downing, crushing, killing, competing with one another. That's where we get power. I said it in Hidden Colors. You can't bang on white men. You can't.
It's not enough of us gangbanging to represent black people.
But when I say, listen to the point that I'm trying to make, though, because that goes outside too. When we get to the higher levels of blacks, most of them are willing to do deals, you dig, with the same people who oppress everybody else.
That's why I asked them that question.
Yeah,
right.
See, here's the thing. Money is just a medium of exchange.
There we go.
And sometimes, brother, you have to use money as a bait in the hook of the mouth of the person that's seeking knowledge. Mm-hmm. So, like right now, I'm putting together a campus. Well, on this campus, we will be training the brothers who want to reach.
Keep going.
In the 17 construction trades.
Oh, okay.
See? So no matter what their criminal record is, when we finish with this brother, he's going to be living on a campus. He's going to be in a dormitory. We're building a dormitory that holds about 250 brothers. We're going to do a whole wraparound service with them, teaching them into a knowledge of themselves, number one, teaching them how to handle finances. So now, if I'm showing them, brother, do you know a plumber? A plumber on a major construction site is making 6-figure salary.
Mm-hmm.
See? In our institution, in our school, when this brother finished with us, he'll have a credit score over 700. He'll have at least a minimum of $50,000 saved. He can go the entrepreneur route, or he can go into the construction trades, or he'll be ready for a job. See, so money is just a medium of exchange. So what if we build in hotels? What if we're building restaurants? We're going to build a master bakery. And look, when you got an army, it's our tax dollars. So if I show up at the city council with 5,000 homies, how you going to tell me you're not going to give us what we want?
Listen to that.
I can make demands on you now because I'm not bringing no buffoonery. We're bringing productive men. So the money is only a medium of exchange. Right. So now I'm showing this brother without selling dope, without pimping his woman. I'm going to show you, brother, how to make money without doing nothing negative.
Until I just talked to you and looked you in the eye,
right.
I've never been compelled to give my hard-earned money to nothing.
I got it.
But what I'm saying is, if I was to give money to somebody, it would be the nation.
Yeah,
right.
Come on, bro.
And that's the truth. Like, I've watched what people do. I listen to what people say, and then I watch them.
That's
and
right.
I be like,
that's real.
Yeah.
You're not what you say. You're what you do.
I watch you.
Right.
That's one gift I have. When people are talking, yeah, okay, I hear you. Then I watch you.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I thought.
And that's what it with me. See, with me in the next few months, with me, see, I love proving who I am. Because I want to show an athlete or an entertainer, man, you ain't God. You ain't God. You know, I know God is going to bless me. We're going to get the money because money brings money. I don't want you to have to give it because, look, brother, once you release it, it's just, money is energy.
The best of us,
when you release it to the right place, it comes back.
Yes.
I believe that. 100%.
It's come back, and you come to our program, you seeing 3,000 homies who would have been out killing each other, driving nails, learning how to do plumbing, learning how to code. We take the babies. We want to teach them coding at a young age because technology is the new route now.
I've never seen that, but I
it's
know
about
you
to
can
happen.
show me. I believe you can show me.
Okay, so Bobby, Guy, Rizza.
This is a very important opportunity to just build off of existing opportunities. The National Association of Minority Contractors, the president, Wendell Stimley, has been an associate of mine for over 20 years. In San Diego, and I want us to take a ride down there on Market Street, the marketplace down there. That was a community project. In addition to taxing, not so much taxing, but engaging the athletes and the entertainers, that project is a model of possibility because they took $5 and $10 from people in the Southeast San Diego community to invest in what became a marketplace that is flourishing now with anchor businesses like Wells Fargo and that kind of thing, but there are other black businesses in there. We use existing blueprints and create new collaborations, because what you're doing now and have been wanting to do probably for a long time, people like Wendell Stimley have been doing his whole career.
Right.
So what we got to do now is merge these lanes.
Right.
And not reinvent the wheel when it's just a duplication that's not necessary. So I'm pledging to get with you and get Wendell and start putting these pieces together, because once you get people into situations where they get training, then you got to have places to put them to work. That's right. And so that's where the collaboration comes.
Guy Tory, and then we coming back to Corey and Rizza.
Okay. And then the thing about it is, like, what we're talking about, what we should be doing, other cultures been doing it.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
politicians been doing. I just watched this documentary called The Family.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
And that lets you know what's going on with America, but also that brotherhood that they have, and the same brotherhood the mafia has for each other. That support, that let's keep it in our community, and let's be silent about it amongst ourselves. We need to do that,
right?
But it really does start with self. And then it starts with trust. Mm-hmm. And then when we trust each other, because we've been conditioned not to trust each other by what?
That's to me, that's the cake.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. We know that there's models of possibilities. We know that there are opportunities. We even got solutions on deck, but those solutions are really nothing if I hate me and thus hate you.
No. There is a reason you don't trust each other.
There we go.
And if you're not going to talk about that,
that's what I want.
You're wasting everybody's time.
Right.
I have solid reasoning through experience why when the average person is talking to me, I'm looking at them like, what?
Looking
what
right
you
through
want?
your head. Right.
What is this?
That's what I want to talk about.
Why do I feel like every time somebody that I meet on the street says something more than hello and keep going, if they stop me, the first thing I do is say, okay, what is this? Right. And it's a reason for that. And that's what we need to talk about. And I do it especially with my brothers, especially if they look like they got too much energy when they talking to me. What do you want?
That's what I want to get to. I don't want to get to the end of it. The end of it is the solutions. Oh, we could do this. We could do that.
This is a safe house.
I want
the people in here, we feel like it's all good.
It's all good.
But when you out there on them streets, and I'm a night owl, when you walk around on them streets and somebody got more than hello to say to you, you looking at them like, what is this? Now, where did that come from?
Real quickly.
Yes.
The success component of that eradicates a lot of the things that we perceive to be distrust and dislike. Because we just haven't seen that. Marcus Garvey famously said, we haven't seen success between brothers who done went the full route, not just started talking shit, went to a few.
Well, they know I don't bullshit with you. Them type of men, they can hang together and be in a room where there's no stress when you around real, they call them real motherfuckers or whatever. I guess I'm just saying,
alpha
men
males.
of principles, men who have their reputation shows. Look,
Right.
I don't see this guy trying to slick everybody he talked to. I don't see this guy trying to do something. Those people have something real. Now, if them people can get together and build something business-wise, that's beautiful too. But I'm saying I've seen what people say we don't have. I've seen it a lot.
But
and it comes from people being honest.
Okay, that's the antidote. Let me just real shortly.
Yes,
that is the antidote. You've seen it, but our people haven't seen it. And we've talked about that all along. You are what you've been exposed to. We have to multiply that and saturate our people with those the evidence of success.
Hey man, when I was growing up in Chicago, gangbangers you couldn't just say whatever you wanted to say.
No,
you would get dealt with.
There was a code.
Jeff, get in here.
I'm just telling you,
Uncle Bobby, I love you, but that's not it. You cannot discuss what we haven't seen without discussing why we haven't seen it. And
what do you mean?
I mean that this system, this place we find ourselves in, is an experiment in lack consciousness. We have been put in a situation. You put any animal, if you put too many rats in a cage, they start to castrate one another. The males start to castrate one another. What you are watching, this distrust, was created by a lack consciousness, taking resources purposely from these people and leaving them with no other recourse but to find ways to feed upon one another. And to say that it's just because these people haven't seen it is not enough, bruh.
Well, let me expand on that, Geoff. Small strokes will fell a big oak. And that's all I'm saying. We already know.
There we go.
We already know what they done to us.
You ain't got them saying.
No, that is how you address it. You say, look, step by step, day by day. It's 24 hours in a day, 7 days in a week. So the less time we spend about what we already know is what they have done to us, the more time we can spend on reconstructing ourselves.
Right. Can I say this, Bobby? And you're right. Here's something I did a few years ago. I went and I picked up about 5 bangers. And I said, come on, man, y'all gonna go roll with me. So I took these 5 bangers. They're like, man, where you going? We headed down to 110 North. So I get off on Broadway and I turn left. And when we got into this certain area, I said, look up there. What does that say? And they looked up, I said, Chinatown. I said, good. Now let's ride down the street. I said, read the signs on these buildings. They looking at the buildings. Mm-hmm. It's like, man, we can't read it. I said, why you can't read it? It's in Chinese. Well, what are they telling you? I said, but look at all the business. Is it full of people? They said, shit. Hell yeah, cuz. I said, all right. I said, we're going to do something. I said, but look, I don't need y'all to act up. So I get out the car. We go in one of the Chinese businesses. I grab some goods. These people are waiting on everybody but me. The homie's like, that's that discrimination, nigga. I said, no, that ain't discrimination. I like that. What do you mean? You've been here the longest. I said, that's called self-preservation. They waiting on their own first.
Yes. That's right. Let them land so they can give you that lesson.
Come on, man.
I knew it was going to be good.
I said, these are the people, they know support them every day. I'm only here for a moment and they know it.
That's right.
Yeah.
So when they finally got to me, the guy said, "Made me help you." I said, "No, I'm doing an experiment with these youngsters right here." We walk out of the door. We standing right in the middle of China. I said, "Look to your right. Look to your left, homie. What do you see?" I said, "You see any soul food restaurants?" Nah. I said, "If you put one here, they wouldn't even come in."
Come on.
Wow. I believe that.
Now, I put them in the car. We go back up to Sions. We make a left. I said, now what does that sign say? They said, damn, that say Little Tokyo. I said, see, when we say separation, these people are separate in America.
Right.
They in America, but they done separated. Right. Then we went another area, it said Koreatown. Then I took them up to 101. It says Little Taiwanese. I said, damn, when did they get one?
Come on.
Then we went through Glendale. It says Little Armenia.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Then I took them back to the hood, to the swap meet. We got out. We walked in the swap meet. I said, who's in here selling you your clothes, selling you
all them people?
Baseball caps?
All them people.
He said, Asia. I said, now that's gangster.
Right.
Listen, ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to Mansion's VOR-RADIO
all around the world. So
that's gangster.
You can wake people up with that information.
Right.
Listen, this is the voice of reason.
That's what Bobby was saying, man.
Wait, let me get you.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, finish your thought, brother, before I wrap.
So now that's what we're in the middle of doing now, and with the help of God, we're gonna prove it. So when we build it, then we're gonna meet with Black Hollywood. We're gonna meet with the Black athletes. Said, brother, come on and invest in this, man. Where's our Africa town, our nation town?
Come on.
But we need y'all coming in here doing business so the homies can see you instead of running up to Westwood. We ain't gonna let them extort you. You ain't got word.
I'm with that.
But no, really. So now you all are investing. You're making money while you sleep, while your people working.
All right, so look, I gotta take a quick break. Guy Tory has got to leave, but before he leaves, I want him to get his final thought in on this. But listen, Dash Radio, we up on there right now. VOR-RADIO. Click the channel on your app and favorite it. All right, make it your favorite channel. VOR-RADIO. This is the first VOR live broadcast. Today, it has launched my own radio station, Voice of Reason Radio. Guy Tory, get it.
Yes, man. I want to stay. I'm gonna push my flight back, but I've been up since 1:30 this morning, but I ain't been as woke all day that I am right now. But we're coming to. I'm bringing my show to Voice of Reasons Radio, 31 Cent Show.
31 Cent Show.
Young black ladies who are smart and beautiful. I want to stay here all day and listen to y'all, man. I got to roll, man. Thank you for sharing, everybody. Thank you for sharing the wisdom and knowledge, man. I've learned today, and that's what we got to do. Learn something every day. I appreciate you, Zoe. I appreciate y'all, you brothers, man.
Come on, man.
And I'm out.
There it is, brother. Hey, so let me do this really quickly. Let me wrap this up right there. Thank you, Guy Tory, for coming in here, brother. We gonna keep it cracking. 31 cents. You go live now.
Yeah, we live on Mondays at 9:00.
Mondays at 9:00 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. There it is. So let me do this really quickly. Everybody in the chat room, we got over 2,300 people watching live. 2,300 people watching live. Everybody in here should hit the like button. You understand? Everybody in here should hit the like button, the share button, the super chat button, whatever the admins and mods are telling you to do in that chat room. Go support all of these businesses. This information, this content is too hot. You can't find it anywhere in the game. VOR-RADIO is going to set the precedence for conscious conversation. You understand? Somebody done gave me a shot. What? Somebody done.
Look at her.
I don't know if they knew what they was doing, but somebody
Did they realize you Django?
They don't.
I don't think they understand the kids.
So we gonna get me and Minister Abdul Malik. I'm gonna get it. That's right. I'm gonna get it right. Minister Abdul Malik Muhammad. We was talking about it earlier today. We got to get that youngster in here. He got to get a show. Here he is. Oh, yes. We got to get him on the mic.
Yeah.
Man, this brother.
That youngster got to get in here and speak to the millennials.
Millennials language.
Yeah.
He's brilliant.
Yes. This one right here. Message to the millennials. Yes, the force is strong with him, and that's why I always try to bring him in to these kind of conversations, because let me tell you something. We can wax old. We can wax mature.
Yes, sir.
But again, I know a old soul in a young person's body. I know what that feel like. Right. That's him. You understand? So my whole point of doing this show is we've got to attack the root problems. It's one thing to say, oh, it's self-hate. But where does the hate come from? It ain't just the white man. The white man is the impetus for it, but then there's other factors. If your family has adopted the standards of the people that hate you, that's going to produce envy. We mad at Jay-Z? No, Jay-Z is doing business the way the white man taught him to do business.
Thank you.
You got to be a mercenary in America if you want to be a billionaire, a millionaire, whatever heir. You got to be a mercenary. How the fuck we got all these multinational corporations that don't give two shakes of a fat rat's ass about anybody's life? Not just black. Anybody. We gonna stay at this level on the backs and bones and carcasses of all you motherfuckers. When you see Ted Turner talk about population control,
Yes, sir.
we need to get the population of the planet down from 7 billion to what, 500 million? You know how many? That's billions of motherfuckers dead. Period. That's billions of people dead. Period. So my question is, don't get mad at Jay-Z because he playing the game like a shark. He was taught by a poisonous, ravenous shark. What we got to do is identify those and recognize, because those are the ones that's going to always go back to the Matrix. They're going to always go back and ask the architect for a deal.
What was you gonna say, Corey?
You go ahead, Corey, jump in.
No, what I'm saying is kind of like against what you're saying, Zoe.
No, that's all right. Go ahead.
I don't care what they are doing and prospering in if it ain't what's right. don't make excuses for bullshit. When you bullshit, you might as well stand on it. Because he lost twice in the eyes of people who really know about life. When you messed with them people, you already against us. Ooh. Then when you sat at that table and tried to make a right out of it, that just nullified you being an ain't shit motherfucker to me. If I do something wrong, I'm going to stand on it. I'm going to say, well, I did it. I wanted it. I wanted that shit, so I took it.
Right.
God damn it! Now what can we do from here?
But see, see, Corey, you right on it.
But you
actually,
it still don't make it right.
You right,
don't act like you are doing. But no, you can't never front. But what I'm saying is, when you step backwards on you and yours, you still did wrong. I don't care how much you come up.
But Corey, you making my point.
Okay.
My point is, he was taught by this system to do business just like that. White men do business just like that.
Me too, and I won't do it.
Let me tell you, white men do business just like that. They will fuck you and apologize, and then offer you an opportunity after fucking you and apologize.
Can I tell you what's happening to me right now? This motherfucker, like everybody, Corey, you won't never be on Netflix or all like that. Okay, yeah, it's a reason for that. I found another opportunity with another Caucasian male that smile with me and tell you all like that. This deal looked like it's finna fall apart because he tried to play me. The man, now this is what I want everybody to understand. They know how to talk with a smile. They know how to make it sound like it's all good. But when they put that piece of paper in your face, is you gonna read it and sign it? I'm here to tell you, most will read it and sign it. Most of them will just sign it.
Right.
But the majority will just sign it. But it was a devilish setup.
Yes.
Where in the beginning they tell you, oh, we about to produce something together. We know what that means. We out here.
Right.
But in the end, they want you to sign something where they your boss.
Yeah. You need to sign up for work.
That's life in America. Who has the courage to step away from it? I tell you what, there's a lot of things about me that ain't right, but at my age, I'm not finna do nothing that's gonna make me feel stupid every day I come to work.
But watch this.
How did he get ahead of me? And it's me doing everything.
But watch this, Corey. Watch this, Corey. I'm about to use your words. Last night, Corey said the man got goons. It said that Jay-Z got goons.
Who got goons?
But in America, if you're a mercenary, you understand what I'm saying? A corporate mercenary. You need goons. Because you done fucked over everybody to get to where you are.
Right.
So you need protection. You're not a man of the people.
Right.
Ali could walk anywhere in the streets. Remember that story when they said they gave the man his car back who stole it?
Oh, yeah. That's in Chicago.
Oh, shit, this is the champ's car. Let me get this shit back to the champ. Do you understand what I'm saying? If you got to protect yourself because of your business dealings, to me, that's a white supremacist. He might be from Marcy Projects. He might be from Brooklyn. He might be an African American, but he does business like a multinational corporation, which is white supremacy at its finest. Can we just agree there?
It ain't the skin you in, it's the skin you under.
Look at that. Go ahead, Geoff.
You can't, every brother ain't a brother just because of the skin that he is in. Do you know what you need to start a league? A ball, some grass, and some really fast niggas. That's it. That's it. If Jay-Z was really, no, you don't.
If it ain't Caucasian money, it ain't gonna go.
You need some money now.
I'm gonna tell you what. Tell me how this don't work. I hit Powerball for $300 million. Me. I get 180 after taxes. And I say I'm gonna take 10% and start with $18 million. And we gonna get together and find some big fast brothers that will follow the following protocol. We're going to do our shit. It's going to be lower key. I don't have as much money to give you, but we are starting our shit. And then I'm going to come to this brother and go, help me make this make sense. And find brothers, find the black minds that count money, the black minds that know about real estate, the black minds that know about marketing and promotion that are on this page with my money.
It's going to be an $18 million donation, bro.
You know,
let's take off on what Corey just said, which is a likelihood, with the exception of a pragmatic approach. None of this stuff that we're talking about happens in a vacuum. Right. We have to be, again, systemic and step by step about this. All right. For example, right here in Los Angeles, what Tony said earlier today. I'm sorry, Brother Malik.
Yes, sir.
It'll take a minute.
Me too.
Abdul Malik.
But what you said is something that I'm going to spend more energy on. And that is, how do we go from what you've done, what others have done before you, to just bring that together and make a mass and a ball out of it that just grows and grows? Because right here in this city right now, what he said is so profound. There's no place in the nation that there's more development going on.
That's right.
With taxpayers' dollars. And I've said this before, and people look at me like, well, that's the man's money. It's the man's money as long as you let him count it for you. It's coming out of your check. It's coming out of every time you make a purchase in a store. And if you don't have enough sense to defend that money, then he going to keep spending it the way he want to spend it. Because at some point, you got to be willing to kill and die about something. And what better than your own goddamn money?
Yeah. Well, the wealth.
Now, what I mean by money is capital, because in the sense of that,
that's right.
These areas that they're developing in are in the black community.
Yeah, and they're now calling
no blacks working nowhere.
Right. And they now call it the opportunity zone.
Exactly. So you get a tax break.
And in the opportunity zone, Obama set it up. Trump signed it into law. And a lot of the black millionaires and billionaires don't even know that this exists. Right. That they get a tax break, a 10-year deferred tax break, meaning that if they put $20 million in my project, they get that money back in 10 years.
And some other
but they also get a return on their investment.
Beautiful.
So they don't lose.
Yeah.
They just put their money, instead of putting it in a bank, I put it in a project that's helping my people.
Exactly.
And I'm going to get it back.
Exactly.
Whether that project work or not, my principle is protected and guaranteed. But it gives entities like ours an opportunity now to build in our community, build affordable housing, and then we can say what the cost of this house is going to be, what the cost, and stop being greedy like the banks. You taking a house because you building it in South Central that you say worth $1 million. Well, who determines that?
Thank you.
But see, that goes back to my point. The way we do business as black men in America is individualistic, which is why one of the key rules for doing business and being successful at it is don't be the only one in your crew balling.
Right.
Create opportunities for your homies, or those will be the niggas that rob you.
Right. And see, let me tell you. And that's real. And see, look, that's the thing Nipsey did, and I'm telling you, his murder is more than what we think it is.
Come on.
I'll leave that alone. And here's the kind of things that brother was doing. This man got a $500 million redevelopment deal going down in South Central.
Come on.
Where he was going to be putting his own homies to work. It never materialized because now he gone.
That's where we pick up the ball, because
that's exactly where we're picking up the ball, because see, here there's three things the white man didn't teach us, and this is what I love about what Brother Corey said. The white man ain't my enemy. The yellow man ain't my enemy. My biggest enemy is ignorance.
Right there.
Ooh,
but you don't know.
See, but when I acquire knowledge, wisdom, understanding, and how to apply it, then ain't nobody in my way. So like he said, so when somebody putting a contract down in front of me and I'm reading it, you giving me everything in the first paragraph, but then you say furthermore hereunto, that means I erased all that shit.
That's right. That's right.
Right.
That's right. Yes.
Are you on the board of Destination Crenshaw? Are you on the board of Destination Crenshaw?
No, they're asking me to. I was doing because I don't never know where the enemy is. I don't go among a lot of people anymore. That's the mistakes that I made.
Look at that. That's right.
Rizza. We're gonna talk about that.
Hey, you gotta get it. You gotta get on the mic, Corey, because we want to hear that too. Shit.
No, I'm saying what the brother right there just said was something kind. Now, he could tell me if I'm wrong. That brother just said, I don't know who doing this shit. So I'm not sure if I'm going to fuck with it. Right. Is that what you were saying? That's what I thought he was saying.
Rizza, get in here, man.
See, this is why.
You wise, boy.
And this, and that's real. And you got to be that way.
You don't know what shit he gonna step in over there.
No, and you got to be that way. And this is why we are taught that business is warfare. The moment you decide to go into business, you have declared war against this system, which benefits directly off of your degradation. You saying you're gonna be a woke Negro now, and you want to have your own business? What you're saying is, nigga, you are trying to take my money from me. That's number one, what the system says. You want to have your own money. Well, that means you are now going to be competing with me for those who are the ones who endorse my products. I get the majority of my money from you and your people, but you want to take your people and you want to rise into the position that I'm in. So now you want to be the master, is what you're saying. So what that means is there has to be a slave and there has to be a master. So you want me to be your slave. This is how they think when it comes to business. Those who are in that position of power and authority. So that is exactly why these are those types of things that they did not teach us. But as of right now, just like Brother Corey said, one major key, and as our brother minister said, the number one enemy is our ignorance. Number one, period, of everything. Everything. The more you do not know about something, the more you will be controlled by that something.
If I knew I was God, I would not try to kill God in the personage of my brother.
Come on. Which is why your brother is your other self. Which is why the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, whenever you see a black man, you are looking at God. He wasn't being blasphemous. He was saying the embodiment, the original physical house living is the melanated black original man. So when we are dealing with high science like that, and we break it all the way down, the knowledge of self has to start from the bottom all the way up. But now, as Brother Corey said, integrity is something we have to have. And the main thing is, as Brother Bobby was saying, it hasn't been promoted enough.
Right.
The moment we push it more and promote those images more, it will duplicate and it will inspire those of us in this generation to say, oh, it is possible.
And let me tell you, see, and if we took a corner of South Central, Bobby.
Go ahead.
Because, I mean, I could talk with the best of them, you know, make the black man sound great, which is, I mean, no, don't get me wrong. That's good.
Right.
But that millennial, he ain't hearing that.
He ain't none of that.
He want to see what you saying.
That's it.
That's right.
Yeah. So I'm done talking.
That's right. Come on.
So now it's a matter of, we take 3 blocks. We buy them. We build. They see it.
New day.
New day.
You know what they're going to say? Shit. Nigga, that's the nation.
How can I do that?
Even if he ain't in it, he's going to have some pride about that.
Yes, sir.
Look at that hotel.
That's right.
Look at them brothers. You better not go over there. They don't play that.
That's understood.
That's right.
You can't fuck with them in front of me. That's how they be. That's how they be.
For real.
Talk shit about them. That's the only thing real I know.
You just, now, what did you do? You just brought him up. You resurrected him. He was in apathy. He saw you do something. You see what I'm saying? And it's awesome. It's like, wow, they got palm trees. Look at their buildings, man.
Yeah.
They got marble floors. Look at their women. See, when they see you building, and
they look at their women again.
Right.
Yeah, thank you.
Right.
Thank you.
They see you building. Then they go up the street and they see that's a car lot. We own it. Man, I ain't got good credit. That don't count. We don't use the white man system.
Come on.
Speak on it.
Is your word bond, brother?
Speak on it. Speak
The
on it.
average lost brother who know he ain't right don't even want to mess with the women who been taught what they need to know.
Right.
Because they don't even look like the rest of them.
No.
That's what I'm saying.
No.
The influence and the pedigree is important, dog.
Right. So when you do that, now that man wants to know about your knowledge.
Well, you know, that the element of the visual part, you couple that with the promotion of it. Marco told me a long time ago, and I seen it be true just by the fact that our president, well, the guy that's in the White House, he gets up every day and has conditioned America to expect a lie from him to become the truth. And my uncle used to say, if you give a propaganda to the proper goose, you're going to need a Brinks truck to take the money to the bank.
And Trump is good for black unity.
Come on.
I'm not mad at Trump. I'm not mad. Look, I'm from Georgia. I like a cracker that tells me he don't like me.
Right. Thank you.
I don't like my face smiling, and you don't like me. That crack in the South, boy. I don't like you. Well, I don't like you either, cracker.
Right.
But I like that guy. Trump is showing you, brother.
Yes.
Trump is not. Look, Clinton was worse than Trump.
Come on.
He did us rubbing us. Trump is in your face. I don't like you. Get out. I mean, brother. And let me tell you, and like you said, this man, he got an army.
Yes, he does.
He got 80 million with him right now. And now, but look, what you got to realize is, what are they fighting for? They're fighting. Look, the first law of nature is self-preservation. The white population growth is at 0.
Right.
Heather is looking at 50 Cent and the hip hoppers.
Right.
See, we're killing them with our gun called the penis.
Come on.
So 2050, this America will be brown. It will not be white. The white man is falling. He's losing dominance. And that's what Trump is saying. Right. I ain't mad at Trump. If they don't get it together and pull their women in, they're wiped out.
That's it. That's it.
We're going to have some more, some stuffed curries and them kind of stuff.
If I may say,
I ain't gonna lie. I have taken their women. You know, when they get in the car,
Here we go.
They don't want to go to the club necessarily. They want to go.
Statute of limitations.
They want to go get their opioids. And I actually feel proud dropping them off after they in that state.
you feel like you helped us out.
You know what? This is gonna be all right in the long run. That's what I'd say.
If evolution,
It's terrible, man. Just straight wrong with it.
I gotta sneak one of them in.
Jeff Brown, get in here.
if evolution is to be believed, if you to believe
yes.
that man evolves, why do you think that now more than ever you see white women with big asses? Because the alpha male of the earth is attracted to that. All she tried to do is get her seed back home. They come from us. We don't come from them. They don't have a footprint on this earth older than 15,000 years. They don't. What is it? 60?
A little bit
6.
A little over 6,000 years. Their footprint is much shorter than yours. They just trying to get back and don't understand. Why do you think it is? Why do you think it is? There is even an NSYNC or 98 Degrees or a New Kids on the Block, because they desperately want to see what they're supposed to be in white skin.
But see, now it's time for tough love.
Yes, sir.
That has nothing to do with white folk.
Yes.
This is a council of men that have to call our young men, whether they're millennial, Gen X, baby boomer,
Come
whatever,
on, man. It's a call to arms.
It is a call to action.
Right.
Stop being bitches.
How about it?
Stop being scary. How about that? Afraid to piss the white man off. Stop being aspirational, trying to motherfucking aim yourself towards a finish line in a game you didn't create. Stop that shit. First. Because if we're going to fucking learn how to respect each other, right? The first thing we got to do is become, watch this. What's the word they use when they motherfucking creating a society? What's that term they use? Social engineers?
Yeah, social engineers, yeah.
We got to become our own social engineers. Where we have a definition of God.
Right.
Where we got a definition of money.
Get you one of them nigger think tanks.
Where do you understand Travis Bickle? Right? We got to be able to do that. We're not in control of our own fucking narrative. This is why so many black people stand up and applaud Jay-Z for the NFL deal, because the NFL is a brand and an aspiration that many of us want to achieve. But how many of us want to be an astrophysicist? A theoretical physicist, a biochemical engineer. How many of us want to be that? A mathematician. How many of us want to be an astronaut?
How many of us want to be a man that say what he do and do what he say?
How about that?
But look,
Take the basics, Corey.
you just said something about the NFL and a new mindset that is necessary right now.
Yeah.
The NFL as an entity creates an economy in and of itself.
Right.
There's somebody to come out there and sweep the seats off every week. There's somebody that supplies the toilet paper. You got a league where 75% of the product look like us, but the vendors to the NFL is infinitesimally small. And I'm using that as an example to segue into the impact your show has had over the years. There's a brother named Ronnie Mill. He's a comedian and an entrepreneur in Atlanta. He called me a couple of months ago and said, Bobby, I've been watching you on the Corey Holcomb show, the Zoe show for years. I'm coming to L.A. I'd love to meet with you. The brother came, we went to lunch then. He said, man, take me on the Black Tour. And I took him over to Vector 90 and some other spots. And he said, here's what I want to do. And he called me a couple of days ago. He said, man, I want to create a sister city relationship because of some of the things that he's doing in Atlanta, because you're a Georgia guy. And he's right about it. He said, there are some brothers and sisters in Georgia you can do things which you can't do out here in California. Because the brothers that out here, they don't work with brothers out here. But he got a little clique he deal with in film and real estate and some other things. Long story short, we sitting on top of opportunities, and these types of platforms are the feeding ground for action. Not just, sitting here pontificating, but actually, identifying things that we can specifically target our energy towards.
You mean like Jay-Z said, actionable items?
But you know what, brother? NFL, look, the NFL is in some kind of trouble.
Big trouble.
That they're not telling us.
Yes, sir.
Well,
That's
one problem they
CTE.
got is the game itself, because when you start having elite players retire at 29,
Right.
you got some issues.
Sums up.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, to take a brother like Jay-Z and whatever they doing, I'm saying something when white folks don't need you for nothing, they're not calling you in. My thing is, like you were saying, what is it that they ain't telling him that they're about to use him for to get over on us?
They did it with the Nets with him. He's sweet he's sweet. That's why they call him. That one fool ago.
Right. But look, just like, remember, brother Magic, for instance, I have to be honest. Magic made us believe that he had this big deal with Starbucks, TG Fridays. Because they know the money is the black community.
Mm-hmm. Or bigger than that.
Man, we didn't give a damn about no coffee.
No,
Magic
And
shows
then
you-
he get in, and next 5 years later, his name is being taken down.
They did it with the Lakers. He didn't have no juice in there.
He had 3%.
But
That was
again,
it.
And the reason he lied and act like he has some juice because he's not a man of principle because he likes men.
Well, there's that.
How about that?
Mansions
What he
is
gonna
alive.
say? What he gonna say? No, I'm not. Well, what happened to your boy?
Okay, so let me just.
Yeah, go ahead.
I got to say something. Hold on.
I didn't see none of them people with my family reunion. I didn't see one. I was looking for one. I was like, we got any fruit booties in there? I ain't see none. I think them people are strands that come from the other strand.
Hold on 1 second. Listen, you're listening to Mansions on
gonna take all the good
VOR
letters from
Radio.
Scrabble?
On VOR Radio. I gotta just take a quick break after that point was made. We just gotta.
Phil Williams is the clumsy chemist of VOR-RADIO.
Always dropping science.
Lord have mercy. Hold on. Let me just say this, brothers. Let me just say this. We getting close to the end of the show, man. Let's shorten our responses so we could get more of them in, and let's try to do a better job of not talking over each other, because we all got some very powerful things to say. There's nearly 3,000 people in this chat room watching us live on YouTube right now.
Add 230
so
more to that.
you understand?
Yes, sir.
So my whole thing is, can we find a way to encourage, motivate, uplift, and give a better definition of unity, of cooperation, collaboration in our community? Because what I'm tired of seeing is brothers hating on brothers,
Go ahead.
brothers envious of brothers, brothers jealous of brothers, fighting over a bauble
Go ahead.
Yeah.
that the devil gave you.
Wow.
The devil gave you the dollar. The devil gave you your concept of wealth. Most niggas don't even know who Mansa Musa is.
Go ahead.
No.
The devil gave you your concept of balling.
Another thing, devil.
Can we give them something that will break them up with these demonic beliefs? Jeff Brown.
Another thing that the devil gave you again, and I think Brother Abdul, yes sir, Brother Abdul stepped on, spoke on this earlier about what it is his system is leaving a brother with when he leaves, a skill, money. You were led to believe that those things were in scarce supply, when in actuality, you were cut out of those things. You was kept away from those things. So your concept of what is possible, why you think it's big to be the only nigga on the block, why you think it's big to have a house, that should be commonplace if all things were made equal. A system like this sets you up to have not something that was fantastic out of your reach, but something you were supposed to have in the first goddamn place. And as a matter of fact, the only way to opulence is to make somebody else suffer. There is no billionaire without somebody starving, without somebody suffering from it's just business. Whenever you hear it's just business, somebody on lower on the rung just got fucked over.
Got Geoff
Yeah.
coming.
Just a mindset alteration. If it's 3,000 people in that chat room, and we want to develop a behavior that really begins to affect us in a positive way, if 50 people hit that like button, first of all, it ain't gonna cost you nothing.
A nickel.
But they don't like us.
Hold on. We ain't going there right now. I'm just saying right now, as you hear my voice, if you watch this show, if 50 people hit that like button, we'll know that change is possible.
Absolutely.
Because it ain't going to cost you nothing, but it could affect change in all of our lives because we build momentum off of minor successes. 50 people before the show is over, hit that like button. We'll notice it. We'll be encouraged by it. We can build off of incremental successes. 50 people.
Well, I mean, for me, and you're right, Bobby. I mean, unity looked like this. You know, we have to reverse the Willie Lynch syndrome.
Here we go.
Just totally reverse it. You know, and it's got to start with me first loving myself. And me wanting to see a community where when I see my brother, I'm not looking at an enemy.
About it.
Because I've been socially engineered to hate me, to hate my brother, and to do to my brother what I won't do to other. I don't never see lowriders going in Brentwood hitting those switches. They don't do that.
Right.
So if we change the dynamic, and to me, that's why we need a village or a town. China got one. Korea got one. So here we are with a school. Now we're taking brothers out of prison. We're taking brothers off the streets. We have to have a man manufacturing plant. To where you come to us any kind of way, but the final product is a productive man who's ready to raise a family. See why? Because he now when he walks out that door, he don't see another black man out his enemy. When he walks out that door, he looks for a black business to go do business with. See, and if one black businessman mess over him, he don't say I'm done with black people. He found another brother to do business with. So I'm looking for the black Wakanda.
Look at
That's what black unity look like to me. See, black unity look like to me now. People like Tory, why we got to go to Hollywood to make a movie? We can pick up a camera, go to the hood. Man, you can cast the hood.
How about that?
And with these devices, the whole world now is in our hands.
Right there.
And use modern technology. We don't need nobody. They need us.
How about it?
And so that's what black unity look like to me. I don't care what your religion is. We got to stop religious banging.
Look at that. Keep going. Keep going.
Black has to be the religion. You my brother. You my sister.
Come on.
See, that's my religion. I don't care what you call yourself. You my brother.
Yes, sir.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Corey, jump in here. Rizza.
The courage to say this is something that was taught to me by this brother named Dre. Used to be a pimp named Gorgeous Dre.
Yeah. Dre.
Oh, Gorgeous Dre, yeah.
But the man dropped knowledge, and you know what I'm saying? We evolved. Most of us, especially guys like me, and a lot of y'all can identify with me when you hear me talk, we grew up with only the knowledge that came from our mama.
Here we go. Come
and
on.
this is why we can't a caddy. It's not to knock. It's not to knock your mama.
No.
I'm sure she did the best job she could do.
Here we
But
go.
now you're grown, and you got this testosterone,
Right.
but you got
Feminine conflict resolution.
You learn
Feminine conflict resolution.
Right. You only learn from your mama.
Yes.
Wow.
So then you get older and you might be lucky like me and somebody tell you. That's all you know. Sure. And then you realize, wow, I have a long way to go. When you getting into a conflict or get mad at a brother where you feel like it's getting physical, I hope you heard this and I hope you remember what I told you. Most of your information is coming from a woman who did her best to raise you, but you need to know there's another side. And when you know that other side, you probably can handle things better because the balance will come in your life.
Yeah, but look at what Willie Lynch said. Willie Lynch said, in order to break the male, you have to use the female to break the male.
Yep.
He said, when a nigga female has another female, she is to make that female independent like her, but make her son dependent. God damn. See?
Deep.
Make him mentally weak but physically strong.
Castrate your mind.
But make her daughter mentally strong
But physically weak.
when she's already physically
She's a
weak.
weaker vessel.
And she is to believe that she don't need a man.
Physically fallacious.
He said, let's reverse it. So you have, and you look at our community, you have women taking the role of a man and men taking the role of a woman.
Look at that.
Women are driving men around. In my day, we didn't do that. We kept it pimping.
Come on, bro.
No female drive my car.
Come on.
Man, these
When I grew up, I didn't go for no female's house. I had to put them out of mine.
But see, a lot of people don't understand what he's saying.
For real.
But I
That's
know
man
what he's
shit,
saying.
right.
You gonna be a man.
Right. Because at the end of the day,
Yes, Lord.
how you gonna beat this woman, jump on this woman that bought your socks, bought your drawers?
Right.
You living in her house, your name ain't on nothing.
you
You in her car.
Minister, the city is full of baby boys.
Yes.
That's real. But I'm
Yes.
just saying. But again, it's by design. Right. And this is why, brother, this system is not designed for the Bobbies of the world, for us to be out front.
Right.
Because they're totally feminizing the men now to the point, brother, where we're damn near almost done in.
Come on.
Yes, sir.
I'm talking about bangers.
I
Is
hear you.
acting that way, bro.
Listen
Well,
now.
Jay-Z get a lot of studio time with Frank Ocean. I said it. It's the truth, though, right? Don't get mad at me for telling the truth. They spent all night in the studio. They spent all night in the studio. Am I right?
I love this dude.
Yo, get in here, Rizza. Get in here, Rizza. Come on, man.
If Rizza was in the studio with Frank Ocean, he'd have one of the brothers with him.
Right.
Do you hear what I'm saying, though? You know what I'm saying? I don't miss nothing, homie.
Right.
I watch you. I'm like, oh, okay, that's what you do.
That's real. And that's real. And as you should, you're supposed to watch because you need to know exactly what you're dealing with. Us being masculine is one of the absolute panaceas or cure-alls for this condition. Wow. If we demonstrate masculinity unapologetically with humility and integrity, the people will be resurrected. They have to see strong black manhood with love for God, love for the woman, love for the children, love for a nation and family and our community. That's the major way we'll do this. As you said, we have to have a level of sacrifice.
Yeah.
Can't be afraid of nothing no more. And that includes losing money. That includes losing, going to jail. I mean, come on. How many of our people have gone to jail already? Okay,
Right. You already know, nigga. You know Wednesday spaghetti night.
Come on.
When you stop fearing losing.
Exactly.
When you get to
When you stop fearing.
because you're not going home tonight.
Right.
Come on, look. Come on now.
Trying to get home, they be worried.
And that's and that's the difference with this. That's the beauty with this generation is we don't give a damn about nobody, including authority. We don't care. That's why the number one thing we need is guidance from those who have already made the mistake so that we don't duplicate them. It's real simple. That's all we need is a guidance.
Geoff Brown.
Dear brothers, here's a masculinity plan. Those of you in the street, one, I don't call you gangs no more. That's unfair to you. You are only you're lost tribesmen who are now finding your way. You want to put some masculinity on the street? Do this. Get a few of y'all together and go to a liquor store. Pick one. Put some brothers outside and put the people on notice. This particular liquor store, if we catch you coming in or out after this, you're going to have problems with us. Right, and we starve this liquor store to death. And when it is time to change hands, we make it aware that whoever is going to own this needs to be black from this list, because if they are anything other than that, if they come from anywhere other than this approved list of people who got money, people who got means, people who have credit, who want this building, if they come from anywhere else, I promise you, the business will die.
Should we do that with churches with the bullshit preachers?
Oh, bro, we need to start right there.
Absolutely.
We need to start right there. We need to start right there.
We at each other's neck because of money.
Sure.
And when we go to a place, one of the only places where we find some type of spiritual reprieve only to be taken financial advantage of, that exacerbates the situation tenfold. We already stressed. But even in our place of worship, our pockets are being taken advantage of.
And telling your help is coming. Get ready, get ready.
Should we do that with a woman who got more than 2 guys on child support cases?
Absolutely.
Ooh, keep coming with these questions.
How about it?
She is a problem for the neighborhood.
Right. If motherhood, if single motherhood is an extremely hard job, is it safe to say that maybe there's some people who are shitty at it? It's a hard job, right? So that means somebody ain't doing it right. That list of people got niggas on child support.
But niggas hate women too.
Oh, sure.
Everybody hate bitches. It's just don't nobody say it. They feel like you wrong. You have soon as you see them, you do this, but it's that weakness in you want to have sex with them. But you don't like them and respect them unless they are respectable.
But then let's deal with that. Well, if we got brothers who never found the respectability molecule in their mama, they not gonna find the respectability molecule in their baby mama.
Mm-hmm.
Are you moral if you had 2 or more abortions? Are you a moral person?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or is it something that you just, it don't hurt no more because that was 15, 20 years ago? But you murdered 2 of them.
Yeah, because they were socially inconvenient.
I mean, I asked that question. I'm not trying to be scandalous. I'm asking.
Now, if you keep it, I got to pay for it. But you get to get rid of it.
Chappelle said that, but I'm wondering.
But look, I'm going to come back to this ultimate point. Niggas hating niggas equal niggas killing niggas. Period. How are we going to end it? How are we going to make respect a part of our conflict management kit, our tool kit? Respect, consideration, integrity. Oh, there's another one that's really fucking big. Forgiveness. Can I step on your shoe and not mean it, brother? And make it back home?
Man, that's big. Come on.
Can I?
Save the
I'm
women.
gonna come to you, Bobby.
Yeah.
Really quickly.
No, that was you,
brother.
and then Bobby.
Well, see, brother, we got a glimpse of it.
Yes, sir.
I'm here to tell you all, brother, the community, the brothers, they want to change. They want out.
They're witness. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes,
The
sir.
question is, who are the examples?
Right there.
When I grew up, my mother raised 10 children.
Same here.
We were the only
Literally.
family on the block that had one mother raising all them children. So
on.
everybody on the block, their father was my example.
Wow.
See?
Wow.
So there were alpha males in my vicinity.
Yeah. You can look right at it.
See?
Yes.
So now it's like the homies. I went to college, so I bring some of the fraternity brothers to the homies. I said, look, brother, you're a doctor, but don't come in there with the spirit of looking down on these brothers like you better than them.
That's
You better
right.
tell them.
That's
you better
right.
tell them.
I said,
That's right. That's real.
let me decode you
Yes.
and de-negroize you.
Right.
You can't go in there with, hi, how are you?
Right. Right.
And so here's what I'm saying, brother. Our community is ready. 2 years ago, 3,000 gang members, Brother Rizza was there, showed up when brothers, unarmed black men, was being murdered.
Yes, sir.
The brothers was ready to go to war with the police.
This is true.
3,000 came together and said, brother, but he came to our mosque. 3,000.
Come on.
Bobby, we asked them what's needed and wanted, brothers. Number one thing they said, peace among each other. We don't know how to broker it.
What they said. That's what they said.
See? Number 2, they said education. Guess what was 3? Jobs.
Yes.
Peace was 1. Knowledge was 2. Jobs was 3.
Sir.
It's got to be somebody we trust that can broker this peace that ain't going to let us go back in the other direction.
Right.
So we developed a United Hood Nation, Brother Bobby. And in the United Hood Nation, there's 1,500 gangs in Los Angeles. 548 came to the table, have signed a peace agreement, meaning that these 500 neighborhoods won't beef with each other. And just like the United Nations in New York, we call it the United Hood Nations, where they come together every 3 months.
Still to this day.
And anybody that's breaking the peace, 500 and some hood is against your one hood.
That's right.
Look at that.
Ethics, justice.
See?
Okay. Yeah.
But so now when a shooting take place, instead of you getting in your feeling automatically thinking them niggas did it, could have been the police.
Right.
We made them adapt our way of life in the nation, investigate first.
That's right.
And be careful when an unrighteous man brings you negative news. Check the homie that brings you negative news. He could have went and did something that he didn't tell y'all. Like you were saying. See, so I'm just saying, brother, they are ready. But the scriptures say, how would they know? Except they have a teacher. And how would they have a teacher unless someone sent? The best of our people don't even live in the damn hood, man. They won't even come in the hood. So how do brothers know how to be a doctor when the doctor won't pull in the hood with his Bentley? Maybe I'll consider being a doctor. You got a Bentley, nigga, being a doctor?
Look at that.
Right.
You got a Bentley, being an astronaut? Never heard about that. So to me, brother, it's going to take a village.
Yes.
And I don't ask Hollywood. I said, brother, I'm front line. Just get behind the infantry.
How about that?
And then slowly we'll bring them to you.
Yes.
Look at that.
That's how we do it. That's one method.
I want to close
Let me
real
just-
quickly.
Bobby,
Can't lead people if you can't feed people. What this brother's talking about is feeding people. And that's what we need to concentrate on with respect to who we illuminate. And it's important that we don't let Nipsey die in vain.
That's
We
right.
draw from his image, from his likeness, and his example.
well, there it is. Listen, we don't have all the answers, but we damn sure know how to start it. We know how to start the discussion. This discussion should go out across the nation. Everybody should sit down and talk about what we talking about. Finding ways to resolve conflict. Finding ways to work together. Build together. Finding ways to find something to respect about yourself. How about that? Start there.
And we'll bring some of the homies to your show to prove these brothers are pulling it together.
Yes.
And we're going to support them. Long as they do good, we're going to support them.
That's right.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Rizza, where can they find you, good brother?
Yes, everything is under Rizza Islam, Rizza, last name Islam, ISLAM. Message to the Millennials drops this week.
Oh, wow.
This week, go to RizzaIslam.com and click order Message to the Millennials. And also, if you'd like to book me for any speaking engagements whatsoever, book Rizza at RizzaIslam.com.
Where you at next, Big C?
Hey, what's up? We going down to Oakland this week. We gonna rock Tommy T's out. And all over the nation, though, you might see me dropping off some chicken at her house around you. So y'all pray for me after I pull off.
Pray for you.
Tony, excuse me.
Well-
Abdul Malik Muhammad, minister.
Yeah. Well, of course, every Sunday you can come and hear me teach at Muhammad's Mosque number 27. That's 8701 South Vermont Avenue. I don't know all of these Instagram stuff like Brother Rizza just ran off. I have one, but I don't know how to work it. But this Sunday I'll be in Phoenix, Arizona. I've been called into Phoenix to resolve some conflict over there in Phoenix, Arizona, as well as Chicago. I mean, gang members from Philly. But this Sunday I'll be in Phoenix, man. And we once we get LA together, we're going to Chicago next.
There you go. Geoff, you got anything?
I defer,
We got 30 seconds.
I defer to say this. The same way that the energy of West Coast rap went from California east and south, may what Brother Abdul was doing do the same.
Geoff, Bobby.
Just Google Bobby Glanton-Smith. You'll see what you see.
All right. I love y'all. Appreciate y'all. We out. First night crazy. Deuces.
Dope.
Good show.
Good show, man.
This is good. You get my number?
Thank you all for hitting that super chat button as hard as y'all did. Thank you. Zoe Williams, voice of reason, man. Thank you. Everybody hit that super chat. Thank you.
This is perfect timing.